Hey guys, it's Kat. So I decided to put together a short video for our guild for new returning members to EQ2. Uh, a lot of guys are coming back and they want to play in the new content and they want to get into the new expac Chaos Descending, and they hit 110 and they're not really sure what they should be doing or what they need to get, what they need to fix or work on. So gonna do a couple of short videos, just kind of giving you guys the basics of what to do if you want to be where the action is. You want to get groups, maybe do some heroics, and eventually, even if you wanted to raid, this is kind of where you need to start. So once you hit 110, your very first trip should be to see the panda. So you guys are wondering, what panda am I talking about? Head out to Sundered Frontier. You can get there by Wizard Spire, or if you are a member, you can fast travel. That's what I'm gonna do. So there is a panda out there by the Wizard Spire. His name is Yoon Z. And what EQ2 has done for the past 2 summers is they've put in these panda quests for the summer event. And basically, he gives you a series of exploration quests where he'll send you out to different zones, Singing Sands, Everfrost, different places, and all you need to do is hit certain locations. Wiki has them all listed. So if you wanted to Google EQ2, UNZ, EQ2, Summer Panda event, any of that should give you the wiki page for that particular quest. So they've put these quests in, and basically, once one of your tunes finish these exploration quests, is that it unlocks for your entire account is that you can then buy stuff off of him. And this person is standing right on top of Yunzi, so you guys can't see him or his little friend here, Pashu. Um, okay, so if you talk to Yunzi, like I've already done all his quests, so he doesn't have anything for me, but he will give out both the 2017 and 2018 summer quest. You want to do both lines, because once you do, you come over here, talk to Pashu, and he gives you all these wonderful things that the devs have put in so that it will actually help newer people catch up to people that have been playing the last several expacs. First thing he has for you is the primers for Ascension. So I will make a separate video and talk about Ascensions because a lot of people have a lot of questions, and if you look in the forums, there's a lot of outdated and just bad information about them. But you want to pick up all three of these primers. Okay, these gives you a boost. So Ascension levels, there are 4 of them. Each of them go to 20. This boost here will take any one of those to 5. This one will take any one of those to 15. And this will take any one of those to 11. So free Ascension levels that you don't have to grind, that you don't have to work really hard to get. They're just instantaneously give you guys Ascension levels. So pick those 3 things up immediately. Okay, and like I said, I'll talk about them a bit later. If we move down though, he has a ton of things that are very helpful for you. So he has a lot of gear. At this point, it's pretty outdated, but you can look at it. Some of it has some cool appearance. He has furniture for decorators that want to make their house look cool. He has familiar tonics. So if you haven't played EQ2 for a few years, or if you're new, you may not be familiar with the familiars. So basically, it's a little pet that follows you around. You can kind of see mine right here because we're still in the Frostfell season. I have the little Frostfell kitten. That's just his appearance. You can give them different looks as opposed to your actual familiar. Basically, it's a pet that has stats on it. Some of them have some really awesome procs as well. So getting a good familiar is going to be very helpful, and once you get the familiar that you decide is pretty good, I'm going to stick with this, you can level them up. Okay, and right off the bat, Panda gives you 2 potions to give you 2 levels on your familiar. Okay, and they go all the way up to level 10. Okay, Next thing Panda has is these divine grants. So if you look here, you'll see there's a divine crit bonus grant of 85. Now, you may be familiar with if you go to the DD tab here, this DD point system. So tithing is what they used to call it. And basically you see this green circle in the middle, how it has number 10. Used to be that you just XP grinded until you got up to 10, and then you could spend those 10 points in one of these three areas. You could spend it for divine potency, crit bonus, or stamina. And the goal is to get each to 100, that increases your base potency, crit bonus, or stamina. Um, it no longer does that. Okay, that's not how it works anymore. We no longer grind XP. The only reason to spend these points now is in your deity spells. So that's the only purpose of the points anymore. But right off the bat, if you haven't played for a while, or maybe your number is really low, Panda will have a grant to get you all the way to 85 in each one of these circles. So you can get all the way up to 85 for potency, for stamina, and for crit bonus, just from these potions from the Panda. Now, how do you then get from 85 to 100 after that? Do your weeklies in Chaos Descending. So even solos, heroics, when you finish your weeklies, you'll get an attribute crate. That attribute will have one of three things. Potentially, you could get a draught of divine stamina, or a draught of divine potency, or a draught of divine crit bonus. Okay, each one of these will level one of these things one point up. So it's all RNG, depends what you get. You need 15 potency at divine draughts. Well, you may get 30 straight. It's just kind of random, but keep at it. Eventually, you'll get all to 100 just from doing your weeklies and collecting those crates. Okay? So, what else does the Panda have? I know, he has a lot of stuff for you guys. But if you look here, he also has runes. So you probably want to get the latest set, which is the Greater Ascension of Tolren. Okay, the Greater Tolren set. And if you look at these, there are 4 of them, and you get a set bonus when you have all 4. So it gives you CB overcap, gives you ability mod, gives you a lot of potency, but the most important thing this gives you is fervor. Okay, the single greatest stat that we can have in Chaos Descending, and even in the Pop expac, is fervor. Okay, there aren't that many things that actually have fervor on it, so when you find those items, you definitely want to make sure that you get them. Okay, so pick up this set and put them on your items. And he actually has more adorns on him. Okay, so he has the cyan adorns, right? Cyans will go on your primary, your secondary, and your ranged weapons. Okay, make sure that you get the ones that are the power of the planes. Those are the updated version. And all you have to do here is just make sure you read carefully which ones go on which items. Okay, he has one-handed, he has two-handed, he has stuff for your primary, and he also has the cyan adorns that fit on your offhand. The secondary rune fits on both your offhand and your ranged. Okay, so all 3 of those things should have a cyan adorn, and the best in game come from the Panda. Right, and you may have noticed he also has some orange runes. So with the orange runes, okay, you actually want to read what these runes do, because they, for the most part, they're tied to your ascension class. So depending on which ascension class you pick, some of these runes are going to be really helpful, some are going to do absolutely nothing for you. So if you look at this rune, Legacy of Magic, okay, this affects the ethereal gift spell. Okay, ethereal growth will grant crit bonus overcap. Ethereal Gift is the spell of an Etherealist. So if you aren't playing Etherealist as your Ascension class, this does absolutely nothing for you. Same thing with Plague Bearer's Grace here. Okay, it increases the duration of Toxic Life. If you aren't a Thaumaturgist, you don't have Toxic Life, you aren't casting Toxic Life, this rune isn't going to do anything for you. So when you do decide on your Ascension class, right, this is a good place to get orange runes from. Okay, but make sure that they are specific to the actual Ascension class you're playing. Otherwise, you are just wasting spots with your adornments that you could otherwise give to very useful, very helpful adorns. Okay, so that is all the kind of stuff that's going to help your adventuring that the Panda here has. So it's Ascension Boost, it's Familiar Tonics, it's the Divine Deity points, the boost that'll get you up on those, and then it's your runes. It has white, cyan, and orange adorns all for you here. Now, like I said, he also has housing items, he has appearance stuff. He actually has two prestige houses. The Mara estate is one of them, and that's basically the entire Isle of Mara as your house. Okay, it's very cool. You definitely want to pick it up. And he even has an appearance mount. So this isn't something that you'd want to use for its stats because it doesn't have any, but that is a very cool looking mount that you can use for appearance. Okay, so make sure UNZ, the Panda Summer Event Quest, is your first stop after you turn 110. Come over here, get all of the things that I talked about, and then you can look at them for any cool appearance or fluff items that you'd like to get in addition to it. Okay, I hope this helps you, and I will be making a few other videos that explain other aspects of the game in the current expac Chaos Descending. Okay, thanks guys.